Blast me to Hoth! It's time for the Mad Merlins unboxing of Star Wars Legion Echo Base Defenders Battle Force Starter Set by Atomic Mass Games for the Star Wars Legion game. Hello everyone and welcome to another Mad Merlins unboxing. So today I'm bringing you the first of two Battle Force boxes for Star Wars Legion, and this one is the Echo Base Defenders set. So what are the Battle Force starter sets? Well, these are a bundle deal of select units that are set to a theme. In this and the Empire's case, we got a forces set to the theme of Battle of Hoth. So we've got Echo Base Defenders for the Rebels, and we've got Blizzard Force, which was the Imperial detachment sent to Hoth to bring down the shield generator. The Battle Forces are ideal starter sets for people looking to dive into a single faction. There are 4 in total. There's these two. Then there's also the Droid Forces led by General Grievous, based on the Siege of Utapau. And then there's also the 501st, led by Anakin Skywalker, with loads of ARC Troopers, Clone Troopers, and other units for the Army of the Republic. I think it's got a Bark Speeder or ATRT, one or the other. I can't remember which. But they are, like I said, themed to a specific force seen within the Star Wars universe, and are a perfect way for people to get into Star Wars Legion without diving into if they want to only focus on a single force instead of diving into a starter set. I'll talk about prices of these towards the end of the video. The only other thing that you will want if you are buying one of these is the Essentials Kit, which gives you all the components you would normally get in a starter set, plus the full actual printed cards for the skirmish game. So I might be picking one of those up at a later date, but as I've already got 3 core sets worth of tokens, dials, etc., I'm really in no rush to run out and get it. I've already got a set of homemade cards. I just printed off the old PDF file and cut them out and put them into card sleeves with the backings from the spare set of starter set cards. So that's what the Battle Forces are. Well, let's have a look at what's actually inside. So I think I'll zoom out a bit first. Hang on. There we are. That's a bit better. We can actually see everything in shot. So here we have the front of the box. Side of the box is just another version of the artwork, and it's a lovely piece of artwork. As you see on the side, we've got Chewbacca, Han on a Tauntaun there, Leia. Then we've got Tauntaun Riders, Air Speeders, and the Rebel Veterans there, which, if we turn to the back of the box, we've got what's inside. So we got Leia, Chewbacca, 4 squads of Rebel Veterans, C-3PO and R2-D2, who were originally only available with the crashed escape pod terrain set, 2 squads of Tauntaun Riders, and a 1.4 FD laser cannon team. We also get 3 exclusive command cards for the Battle Force. So these are ones that can only be used within if you are fielding this as a Battle Force. You also do get the command cards for Leia, Chewbacca, R2, and 3PO. We get plenty of upgrades, including quite a few reprints. And the full contents is here. So 37 miniatures, 15 cards, 16 command cards in total, 33 upgrades, 2 token sheets, and an insert. The insert is a QR code, I believe, that allows you to download the instructions for building these models, as well as fielding these on the tabletop. So let's have a quick read here. So, with an overwhelming Imperial force bearing down on them, the Rebels' Echo Base were forced to rely on the scant resources available to mount a defense. making use of local fauna such as the Tauntauns, and led by rebel hero Leia Organa. These valiant rebels used their ingenuity and courage in this seemingly impossible task. Though they were ultimately driven back, they were able to stand firm long enough to buy many of their transports time to escape Hoth and keep the dream of the rebellion alive for another day. So, let's bring in my trusty hobby knife, and we'll just open it up. And we'll see what's inside. So there we go, we have a lot of stuff, and there's the empty box. Put that back there. So we have a lovely shot of the artwork. So that'd be quite nice framed, I think. We got the QR code to read this first. So before assembling, use the QR code to visit Atomic Mass Games to download the assembly instructions. So be sure to use a pair of sharp hobby clippers to remove miniature components on the sprue. Carefully clean excess material and mold lines with a sharp hobby knife. Check the fit before gluing and use a small amount of hobby plastic glue to assemble the components. Use caution with these products. Following all manufacturing instructions. Adult supervision is recommended for children under age 16, but have fun. So, and then we've got the credits there for people behind it. So Atomic Mass Games are now in charge of this instead of Fantasy Flight Games, who created the game originally. And Atomic Mass Games are doing a great job, I think, of keeping the initial, in the words of Saw Gerrera, the dream alive. Right, so first off, we've got our token sheets. So we've got all our unit tokens here. We've got aim tokens, surge tokens, wound tokens, more wound tokens, panic and suppression tokens, more aim, dodge, more surge, and we got a smoke token there, and there we are. So yeah, there's quite a lot of tokens there, 2 sheets worth, so that's pretty cool. So we got our cards, we'll go through those in a minute. We got our baggie of bases. So Atomic Mass Games has gone to just printing a singular colour of bases. So there'll be no longer rules requiring you to be a red or a blue player. It'll just be, you'll probably roll off to see who gets marked as what colour. So that's our infantry bases. We got our bases for our Tauntauns, our laser cannon team, and the Rebel Veterans heavy gunner. Put those to the back. So we've got R2 and 3PO, who, like I said, were originally only available in the crashed escape pod. So that's a really nice set there. We've got the laser cannon, 2 baggies of Tauntauns, so there's 2 Tauntauns each, and these are identical kits, so everything will be exactly the same in both of them. And then we got our baggie here of everything else. I'll get those out in a bit and we'll zoom in on all of that. So, right, where do we start? We've got a lot to go through, so I think we'll zoom in, we'll take a look at, well, let's look in the big bag first, I think. Then we'll look at all the other components, then the cards, and then I'll give you my final thoughts. So let's have a look at the main bag of all our components. So we'll tip it out here. So we've got a big baggie and loads of individual baggies. So each bag will have 4 models in it. So we've got our 4 squad leaders there. And we got 4 of one trooper, 4 of another trooper. There's Leia. So this is the Commander Leia in her Endor gear. I am going to be personalizing a lot of the models that aren't already rather Hoth themed. So for Leia, I'm going to be smoothing flat the sleeves, and I'm going to be using a bit of green stuff And I'm going to add in a lot of detail to match up with how she looked actually during the Battle of Hoth, as you see on the front cover of the box. So we got 4 of another trooper there, 4 of a heavy weapon trooper, 4 sets of the emplacement troopers with the rotary cannon, 2 there of the additional crew for the laser cannon, and 4 there of our kneeling trooper. And then we've got Chewbacca there. So this is actually my first Chewbacca. I will probably end up picking up another one to go alongside my Endor force, but this one will definitely be painted up to match my future project of my Hoth board. So that's the big bag. We'll have a look at the Tauntauns, so we'll open these up. I've never actually seen the Tauntauns before. So here we go, we got 2 bodies. We got the sets of legs here. So each one has a specific set of legs. You just got to match up the notches here to see which one goes to which. No, it's not that one, so it must be that one. That's a pretty tight fit, but that one's the one that goes in there. So we already got half the torsos there attached. We got the Tauntaun heads themselves there to attach as well. I don't think it matters which head goes on which Tauntaun. Then we got our troopers. They've each got blaster pistols and 1 hand on the reins. And then we got some equipment to just stick on the back there. And the 4 limbs for each of the Tauntauns. Yeah. These are rather nice creatures, models even. They are, from what I hear in game, they are pretty brutal. They just go in, charge things, beat things up in combat with their hoofs and claws, and then the troopers on top just blast the enemies away with pistols. So that's those, quite nice models. So as I said, we got 2 sets of those for a total of 4 Tauntauns. There's the other set. We got the laser cannon here. I've built one of these before for my Endor team. I've got a squad of rebel veterans to go for my Endor force. But this one will be added to my Hoth force, which is what I'm going to be painting the entire box set as. So, bringing Chewbacca in, let's have a look at him outside the bag, I think, quickly. Because like I said, I've never actually built Chewbacca before. So we've got 2 arms, we've got his bag that goes in there. So I believe he's actually a little shorter than the newer Wookiee warriors, but he's still a rather imposing model. With his bowcaster there. So it goes together quite easily. And I guess that bit goes back there. Take it off first. Yeah, that bit goes like that. So there we have Chewbacca all built. That was quite nice. Yeah, take his arms off a minute and put him back in his bag. So yeah, definitely going to be fun. Most of these models will go together with plastic glue. The older ones, like the Rebel Veterans, Chewbacca, Leia, and the Cannon team, I believe you will have to use super glue on these, as it's the older resin plastic hybrid sort of models. But if we bring in R2 and 3PO, these are the much more Standard issue, plastic components. So if you're used to Warhammer kits, you'll get your models on frames like this. Clip them out and they go together with plastic glue. So we've got C-3PO and R2-D2. C-3PO looking ever so anxious and worried as usual, even though he's a droid with the same expression. R2's head there, so you've got two components. You've got the top dome there and the actual head itself. So I believe, yeah, the head looks like you can put it in and rotate it to any angle you particularly desire. The top dome has a D-shape post and peg there. Got his third leg there, so that will have to be slotted into the bottom. Two halves of the body there. So these guys will be quite nice. I've already got a set of Rebel officers, so I've already got a astromech droid for them. It'd be nice to actually have the legendary hero R2-D2 and C-3PO there. So you've got C1 for C-3PO and D1 for D2. So that's pretty nice. Let's have a look. Where did I put Leia? Let's have a look at her outside the bag. There she is. And then we'll get onto the cards, I think. So yeah, there's Leia. A really nice sculpt. Like I said, I've already painted up one of these for my Endor Force. I'm going to definitely leave her in sub-assemblies for the moment. But she's only got the 3 components, so her arms, which slot in like so. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be trying to replicate the front cover look for Leia. It shouldn't be too hard. Just got to be careful, use very little green stuff, take my time with things. And I did buy a set of modelling tools back along, so it'd be quite nice to actually try them out. So there we go, let's put all that back in the box, then we'll have a look at all the cards. So here we have all our cards. We get 2 sizes of cards, so we got our standard sort of size cards here for all our units, command cards, etc. And then we got our upgrades here, so we'll look at these later. Let's have a look through our upgrade, not our upgrade, our command and unit cards. So we get the 4 generic objectives from the core set. So ambush, push, assault, and standing orders. So we also get coordinated bombardment. So this is Leia's unique objective command cards. No time for sorrows, and somebody has to save our skins. So we get Chewbacca's cards. So we got common cause, brains and brawn, notorious scoundrels. R2-D2's cards, so blast off, impromptu immolation, smoke screens, that's why we got the smoke tokens. And then we got the echo-based defenders, exclusive ones. So we've got delaying tactics here. So 1 pip targeting 1 unit. We've got Luke and his crash speeder there. So this is for echo-based defenders units only. At the end of the command phase, your opponent must choose one of their non-commander units that has a face of order token if able, and return it to the order pool. So that's pretty cool. Then we got Courage of the Rebellion, so 2 pips targeting any 2 units. So echo-based defenders only. Each friendly trooper unit that is issued an order may recover, so that automatically prepares all your upgrades that would normally get tapped and used up. Gives you a chance to return those to activation, as well as recovering from suppression. And then we got hold at any cost, so our 3 pip, 3 trooper units, echo-based defenders only, so each friendly trooper unit gains an aim token, and each friendly emplacement trooper gains a standby token. So all your veterans you target with this, giving them a aim token, and all your emplacement troopers, so your heavy rotary cannons, they would all automatically get a standby token, putting them straight on standby. That's pretty cool. So next we got our units. So we got Chewbacca there, the walking carpet. R2-D2, hero of 1,000 devices. C-3PO, who is human-cyborg relations. He is a counterpart to R2-D2, so you can't include C-3PO unless you already include 3PO in R2 in your army. Then we got Leia. So again, these are just the standard cards that you get in their sets. The Tauntaun Riders, so we've got 2 of those. Agile, so they are automatically gain a dodge token after performing a standard move. They are relentless, so may perform a free. After performing a move action, you may perform a free attack action. Reposition, either before or after you perform a standard move, you may perform a pivot. Sharpshooter 1, while performing a ranged attack, reduce defender's cover by 1. And unhindered, so you ignore terrain. And they also got Ram, which is for the Tauntaun's horns and claws attack. We got FD laser cannon, so this is I'm thinking it's going to be the updated card that got FAQ'd back along. Then we got our Rebel Veterans, so we got 4 troopers in a squad. They can take a gunner, an extra trooper, a veteran icon upgrade, a communications upgrade, and grenades. So they coordinate with their emplacement troopers, so you got the Mark II medium blaster trooper, which is our emplacement troopers. So standby range is 1 to 3, so you're going to be pretty much in range of everything. And there we go, that's all of those. So let's take a look at our upgrade cards. So we get quite a few. So we get our special weapons trooper for our Hoth troopers, Rebel veterans. We get the additional Rebel veteran for those. We get 2 endurance, 4 environmental gears, 4 overwatch, 1 commanding presence, 1 tenacity, 2 comms jammers even. Oh man, my mouth is not wanting to work today. A single targeting scope, barrage generator, overcharge generator, linked targeting array, that'll be for our weapon team, laser cannon, vigilance, portable scanner, duck and cover, situational awareness, 4 copies of those. So we've got quite a lot of upgrades to work with here to bump our force up to whichever size we plan to go to. But that is, well, pretty much everything other than the tokens, but there's no point opening those at the moment, as we can see everything in there. So we got all our unit tokens here, so there'll be Commander for Leia, Operatives for R2 and Chewbacca, Troops for our Rebel Veterans, Support for our Tauntauns, and the laser cannon. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13. So 13 tokens there. I'm trying to think what else was in there. Oh yeah, I think the rotary cannon squads, they get a token as well. So yeah, there's quite a lot of tokens there to use with all our units. So yeah, pretty good. So I'll just bring the box back in, and then we'll have a final thoughts and a breakdown of the price. So there we have the Echo-based Defenders Battle Force starter set for Star Wars Legion. And final thoughts on this. Actually, no, sorry, we'll do the price first. So each of these battle forces is £150 RRP. I picked mine up from Ashdown Gaming for 114. But also check your other local gaming stores, as you might find better deals there. For this price, I think it is a fantastic deal. The Echo-based Defenders specifically is an immense saving, as we get far more units in this than I think any of the others, except for the Battle Droids one, because you get Grievous from the core set, you get 4 squads of Battle Droid B1, 2 Droidicas, and a set of Magna Guards. So that's a pretty good bundle. So price-wise, individually for all the units in this, we get 4 squads of Rebel Veterans. They are $34.99 each. Chewbacca and Leia are £20 each. 2 squads of Tauntaun Riders at $29.99 each. The FD laser cannon is $24.99. And R2 and 3PO are kind of a hard deal because they come in the escape pod set, which is $45. But I've done half price, so $22.45 for them. So that's a grand total of my tongue stops working just before the end. £287.36. So yeah, for $150 you pay for this box, it is an immense saving. So it's definitely a good close to 50% RRP just on the box alone. So like I said, do check your local gaming stores. I picked mine up for Ashdown Gaming, which was the cheapest at the time. I think it's still 114, but there is the chance that it will go up now that they have been actually released. All that pricing was for the pre-order only. So final thoughts. I think this one is a great set if you are looking to do a themed battle force for Echo Base, and for me it's definitely going to be useful. The Battle of Hoth was one of the first major battles I watched in Star Wars. I kind of watched the original films out of order because the video rental store we used to rent videos from didn't have episode 4 in, so we picked up episode 5, and that was the first Star Wars film I saw. Then I went back to 4, and then on to Jedi. So yeah, Battle of Hoth was definitely, it is definitely still one of my favourite battles in all of Star Wars, because mainly it was the first film I ever saw. And I just love the whole snow planet sort of thing. It's pretty cool. So yeah, this is definitely going to be useful. I am planning a winter gaming board project where I'm going to be building a game board using some of the materials I've got in my gaming board collection for terrain. Definitely going to be using this, and I'll be using the Blizzard Force to build up 2 fairly even forces. And yeah, I'm going to be building a nice Hoth-themed battlefield ready for these guys to fight over. There'll be a section of trench. Actually, I've got the picture here. So yeah, we've got a section of trench, a slope leading up out of the trench. We've got a slightly sloped area here. So we've got the Imperial landing area here, and then a slope up to the rather open battlefield. There will be terrain that's scattered across it to help break up lines of sight, etc. But yeah, it's going to be a pretty good board, I hope. So yeah, there we have it. All that's left for me to do then is to say thank you all for watching. If you think I deserve it, please give me a like. And if you don't already, please subscribe to the channel, as it will help the channel grow. There are, of course, all my affiliate links, as well as my social media pages in the description. Links are down below. And that's all there is. So again, thank you all for watching. And I will see you next time for more mad content. Goodbye.